7-year-old Nampen, a carrier of the sickle cell disease, is the result of a failed genotype test report issued to his parents.
You have to run some tests before you get married. And so we did a genotype test. We did the test before we went to church to tell them about our intentions. We did the test, and then I am AS, my husband was AA. So when we went to church, they said they need their own copy. So we need to do another one between the period. So we had to go to the hospital, but our mistake, I think, was that we went to the same facility to do the test. So my husband's genotype still read AA, and mine was AS. And then we got a false report. So when we gave birth to him, he was okay, he was all chubby, he ate and everything. But then all of a sudden, he stopped, he weaned himself at 10 months. He stopped sucking, and then he stopped eating. So for like a week or so, we kept trying to give him milk, to give cereal to, but he wouldn't take.
BERO Barbara DACHI, mother of Nampen, still in disbelief, decides to verify her son's condition.
My mom suggested we do a genotype test for him, and I was like, it doesn't change, genotype doesn't change. His father is A and AS. There's no how he has his SS. When I met the pediatrician, somebody referred me to the hospital. We went. He's a very good pediatrician. He examined him, and then he did all the tests. I didn't even tell him to do the test. He did every test, and then he told me that he has sickle cell anemia. We couldn't understand, you get. So we had to go and do another test for the dad, because mine has been consistent since when I was a child. I think I know my genotype, so we did, and then we realized we got a false result from the facility we went to.
She goes further to narrate how devastated the family has been.
It hasn't been easy, but then our encouragement is that we have to do this for him. It's a different story if we're known and we still went ahead to do it. This is different for us. So we try to be there each time for him, and then we don't really make him feel, we don't have pity on him. We treat him like every other child.
Barbara noted that her son's physical development has been greatly affected.
He still looks small. He doesn't look 7. He looks 4 or 5. So his younger brother is 5, but they could pass for twins. So most times in school, his classmates will call him Smally, or how come you're in our class? You should be in nursery 2. We get all sorts of. So and then there was one time he was worried about it, and he came back home and said, "Mommy, this person is calling me Smally, and I don't like it." And I said, "You tell her that you don't like it. And then each time she calls you Smally, tell her you're small but mighty." You know, I tried to make him loosen up a bit. Recently, he has been in and out of the hospital quite often, and then we're trying to know what and why, what's been causing it. One of such things is mosquitoes, malaria. They don't like mosquitoes. So once they have malaria, it triggers the crisis.
The mother of 2 complained about the state of health facilities in the country, as it leaves a lasting effect on her family.
Health facilities they're beautiful from the outside, but not so good from the inside. A few of them are actually very good if you're able to identify them, but some, no matter how beautiful and how they place them in society, believe me, apart from the fact that there are no certain equipment or drugs, it's devastating, right? He was recently on admission, and then he was in pain for about 2 to 3 days. and I knew that he was out of the hospital not up to a month, and then this recent admission. So when I started seeing the symptoms, I was broken.
She says the financial burden of catering for her young son is challenging, while calling on the appropriate authorities to help save her son. Aisha Salihu, Trust TV News.